Hello, everybody. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our great and beautiful match between GM Hans Niemann and Grandmaster Awonder Liang. So that's game number 9, if I'm not wrong. And tell us about the score.
Yes, we are on to game number 9. Yesterday was a heartbreaking day for Awonder Liang. He had another game that he had that game in the bag, -7 to win that game, but it ended up drew. And then the other game that played, he lost that game. So that being said, Hans is leading by now 2 points. So the score is now 5 points to 3. So
I don't know. It's less games left, right? It's not that many chances to make a comeback for Awonder, who just played very good the match, but in the result, he is behind at 2 points. And as we predicted, it's going to be very hard after that's when you are not completely winning position, and they had like not enough even break yet to just calm down himself and remove himself from the tilt. So that's, I think, one of the reasons why Awonder lost the next game. Yeah. Also, Niemann played pretty well that game. You guys can see past broadcasts on Hans' YouTube channel, and I think on Twitch as well. But today, new day, new two games, and I don't know what expected from today. Maybe Hans even increase his leader and win another game, and it's gonna be +3. And actually, he added like almost 10 rating points on the FIDE, so he's almost top 13 or 15 if I'm not wrong. So if he gonna win the game, he probably will break his highest rating record. He had like 27.38, I guess that was his peak rating. And if he win this game, he will be over than that rating. What do you expect from today's game, and what's the first move do you think Hans will play?
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be getting any more e4 because he's been defending too much when he plays e4. So we're definitely gonna be getting a d4 or a knight f3 today. If we get c4, it will also be transposed into a d4 because based on what I've been seeing, Hans is really a positional player. But we have seen an e4 today. We have seen an e4 on the board, so maybe some preparation has been done. Let's see. Let's see. Awonder does very well when he plays e5 and knight c6. So now we just need to see what Hans will come with, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe Han just can't believe this. He can't get any advantage with white in e4, so he wants to prove to himself and to everyone else that, damn it, I also know something in these lines, and I'm very good on that. So knight on c6, and I mean, definitely it's not a surprise move. He just decided right now what's to play. It's bishop c4, bishop b5, maybe even d4 to Scott want to
e4.
play. Yeah.
Yeah. Scotch would be
So
great.
I see the sum move already on the board. Yeah, Rui
Oh,
Lopez. Maybe they're going to repeat the previous line what played yesterday, which Hans earlier played d4, as we remembered, and then I wonder just how to play him with just perfect chess. I mean, this was very good,
yeah.
like you
He
play
played
against
so well.
Stockfish.
He played,
But
Awonder played so well.
in the end,
Just couldn't
he
convert,
was
man. The results. It's crazy. And it's funny you're saying that he was tilting because what is tilting? How do you play so well and you're tilting? You know, it's crazy. Chess at this level.
Oh, I'm always tilted, man, all the time. You're just upset
C3
on
d5.
yourself. You're like, how you can't find the move. Will we see the Marshall? No. So if just c3, then d5 Marshall, but instead of c3, Hans played a4. It's not a new move, and Magnus played it in 2013 against Aronian game he won. Also, the Caruana play against Magnus, so top GMs play that quite often. I see Carlson actually beat Aronian here twice.
Mm.
Also, Wesley beat Aronian here, so I think Aronian need to. Okay, I wanted to make a joke on that. Okay, yeah, that's just very tough
Ronan
players
needs to
playing
pull
with
up
white.
his socks.
Yeah, no, that's Levon is very very strong player, of course. That's just jokes. Okay, so b4 on the board, that's main move on the position. You always wants to play b4 when see a4.
Yeah,
Um,
gain some space.
so also black tried here like a bishop b7, rook b8 as well. But rook b8, I guess it's slight mistake even because of I'm not sure actually because of what. I think c3 or something.
I
Still
mean,
very playable. These days, almost everything's playable with new stockfishes, stockfish 18. That's a lot of lines which before people thought that they closed, and you can't play them anymore. But these days they reborn again and this new evaluation there. So white here has the three actually uh, main moves. We
man,
can say like that or similar by power, right? So it's a d3, d4, or
and
a5.
a5. A5 seems like a very natural move. It's kind of scary putting your pawn there. You know, you don't want to lose it, but you know, it prevents black from playing a5.
Yeah, and even in some lines we sacrificing that pawn even. So it's just gonna be d3, I believe, rook b8 or bishop b6 right here. I saw some games. Um, yeah, Caruana played also. That's still game. Carlson Aronian takes, and then knight bd2. So slight, even not a slight advantage position, just equal. And
Mm.
instead of, not instead of actually, he played the a5. and after d6, d3 on the board. So all this position, what I will show it
Oh,
to you,
so we
is on the
did
board,
get it.
and Awonder play rook b8.
Maybe he's trying to get that pawn on a5 ASAP with some rook b5 ideas. Now,
Maybe.
do you think? Yeah, maybe it's an idea, but I think a knight on c4 should be fine. And I'm really assuming Hans did some preparation on this because based on how we played yesterday, I mean Hans is a very strong GM, but that
So
doesn't
the
seem as if
white
he was prep.
can play like a knight bd2, and as you said, just to have chance to jump in on c4. Also, I've seen games the bishop c4 even in this position. Kind of like I was thinking not allowed to move a bishop because we're gonna take, but no, actually we won't take there. The point is to just play knight bg2 and also just bring knight to c4. Even the Kasparov short played in 1993.
Wow,
Wow,
nice.
that's a long
Nah,
time ago, right?
that was a while ago. That
Yeah,
was a
and
while ago.
and and Kasparov won.
Who could tell? Asfarov. Now, do you think Hans is a great defending player?
If he survived yesterday -7, we can say yes.
Yeah, it
And he survived twice in this match already, like -7. So probably, yeah. I want to add that almost every 2700 they're very good in defending. So
yeah, 'cause they
and
just
Hans
don't
definitely one of
lose
them.
a lot. If you're 2700, you win a lot of games, you draw a lot of games, you rarely lose games.
Oh yes, but some we have different styles. For example, Wesley playing very solid chess. He almost never lose the games, and but he less Wesley. So I mean, yeah. So he is the less games winning, right? So he just
Mm,
choosing some lines more safety and just different style. So
yeah.
Hans doesn't scare you just to fight and play sharp.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
h3. After move bishop e6, h3, I saw just only 8 games, so it's not the main move. I don't want to say it's not the best move. It's just less popular than knight c4 and bishop c4.
yeah, I was
Uh,
expecting Bishop C4
Also
there.
bishop e6, that's Carlson played. So he chose the h3, which followed the engine. It's not makes position like worse, just still equal.
Equal.
Yeah, black h6. Um,
Yeah,
so
Awando will always have time advantage in these positions. I think he's like really an expert playing against e4 or just playing e5 type of systems with knight c6 when the opponent plays the Italian or the Spanish game.
yeah, h6. I see some games Halifman played, Sargisian played 2009, so long time ago. That's not a new position. That's my point. That's like not something they haven't seen before. So both of them knows this position quite well. H3, yeah, that's a rare move, but seems like Awonder not surprised at all after H6. So what's the plan, right? So let's try to figure it out. What's white gonna do and black as well. So I think needs to jump knight on c4 or first take and after takes knight, maybe even b3 right here, just
Oh,
to
B3.
support the pawn and then play the d4. So that's one like option. The second, it's knight jump to c4, and I think after queen c8, bishop e3, and try to maybe play knight fd2 and play f4.
4.
Something Yeah, because I guess the black will play some like rook d8 and then just that
E5.
d5 potentially. I see that's actually Aronian played it a lot of games. Even 2006, I see just Lemon played that. So he's probably fan of these positions, and I guess he's understanding very well. Ivanchuk played in 2025, Grishuk in 2002. So this very old line.
Yeah, we're
That's our current position. It's a h6, and Hans is thinking probably just the choosing the move, right? So we saw it before
yeah,
when he's
yeah. Most likely not gonna take on E6 since he pulls the bishop back to B3. So let's see. Knight
yeah,
C4. I'm expecting. I think
like
Knight
an option.
C4
Yeah, Knight
more
c4,
than likely.
bishop e3, knight f2 d2. So definitely a possibility. Position is equal, so white trying to get some advantage. We'll see if they will get it.
Mm.
One more time, hello everyone. Hi chat, hi YouTube, hi Twitch. This
Hello.
is my last day commentating this match. So tomorrow, Kim will be alone, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately I have to fly at the exact time when they play. I was so excited actually to watching this match. I think the format is very nice. So 60 plus
Yeah,
story. If we're talking about the classical chess, that's great time control. It's not that long, and also you have enough time for thinking, right? So just to show high quality chess. Okay, Hans keep
wow.
surprising us in the
And
openings.
the surprises, man.
C3, C3 never happened before. That's a
And
new
with the
move,
surprises.
and Engine doesn't like it. So maybe
But
he really should stop playing four. Okay, that's joke. That was joke. Okay,
I
that was a
mean,
joke.
or maybe he's comfortable in the negative. Maybe his new thing is gonna be, let the opponent press a bit. But are we gonna see Hans suffering again in yet another E4 opening? Does the guy like to suffer? Because Awanda usually does well with these slight advantage. Doesn't convert them though, but he press on them. But let's see.
Yeah, I wonder Phil himself very good in these positions. Yeah, looks already uncomfortable. First of all, it's a BC and or bishop b3. That's only two moves right here, and both of them just it's transposed to each. So if just take bishop b3, knight b3, and we will get it if we start with bishop b3 first
Yes,
or
I guess
bc,
Hans just
and
want to
here
play
d5 or
E4.
g8. So yeah, his plan to just probably play the d4, but I don't think after d4 that will give to him something, because it's white always meeting d4 with d5. So for example, take, knight takes e4, and look at this weaknesses, right? So
Hans are
not
just all over the place.
maybe not d5 for now, but definitely c3 and potential e5 as well. Bishop will come to h4, make a pin. This pawn gonna be under attack, so this very uncomfortable position for white. Also, the queen must defend the knight, so I'm not sure that's what actually you wanted to get with white pieces, right? So maybe Hans doesn't know this just line and the plan. Maybe he just mixing something, right? And
Yeah,
he thought it's one of the lines, but it's a different plan right here. So well, we definitely will see what Wonder will play, but I guess it's just BC bishop b3. It's too obvious in this position, and
yeah.
we already saw it before. He knows this type of positions quite well.
And it activates his B8 rook really well. So he knows these types of positions. I'm predicting I'm predicting Awanda will get a little attack going on again on Hans. Not predicting the win though. Definitely not predicting the win. But I'm predicting the attack.
We'll see.
But Hans keep on playing with fire. Every day he keeps on playing with fire with the white pieces and playing e4.
Yeah, and also like black is doing very well. Even Hans with black won the game, right? So he got comfortable positions. So in their match, it's like black color dominating, I guess.
Ugh.
Looks very uncomfortable for white. Yes, it actually looks like that. So if once again, let's just take, and then knight to b3, and here also a d5 black can try to play instead of rook e8. So rook e8 is we preparing d5. So if c4, then
Ooh.
why actually really play the like a c3? Just open the file, then play c4, knight in the wrong spot. So if knight beats c3, then potential knight d5, just black would play like something like this. The position is equal, but black can try to get some advantage to just bring knight some crazy like that way. Or they can try to play d5, and after e takes d5, knight take a pawn on d5. For example, bishop d2 and queen somewhere, or bishop d6.
Yeah. All these lines seems interesting. All interesting lines, but okay. Hans played a5. We don't want that pawn to eventually just become a weakness of his, or maybe the pawn on a6 will become an eventual weakness of Awanda. But Hans is doing what he does best, which is to burn his time off the clock. I also heard him saying yesterday in the post-game interview that he would prefer 45 plus 30. How do you prefer 45 plus 30 and your time is always low in all the games? I think maybe he's just comfortable, That's gonna be the answer. I mean, he's just comfortable. He's not gonna lose on time. He's just using up his time. But let's see.
Yeah, but still hard to play when you're low in time. And the time pressure. So I saw this actually, Liana, I think just spent a lot of time per one move in the second game. I didn't have time to just watch like whole stream, but after the stream I just checked the game and it's time management in there, and I saw like he spent like 20 minutes or something, maybe even more for one move. And that move actually was a mistake. So as always, you spend a lot of time and make a mistake, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of psychological pressure when you're playing a match, man. Too much psychological pressure. He's young though, right? How old is Awanda?
Oh, they, I guess, the similar age. I'm not sure how old are they. Actually, both of them. But I think 20.
Maybe someone in the chat could remind us of
22?
what the ages are for both players.
These days, I actually never ask how old are they? They in 10 years old already playing so good, so doesn't matter as a for chess skill, right? BC on the board, and now bishop b3. I'm expecting from Awonder, because I don't know what else you can play. Like a d5 with not traded bishops, that's actually looks crazy. So bishop b3 most logical right here.
And
Trade, and in this position you can think.
In both cases, the knight
Hans
just
22
seems...
years old, Liang is 23 years old.
Yes. Persons in the chat are saying they're both 22. Persons are saying Hans 22, Liang 23. So I'm hearing that one.
That's few months older. BC, okay. You will never guess his move. Queen c8.
Oh, wow, queen c8. Maybe he's just going off his prep because you've been mentioning a lot of queen c8 in this line. So maybe he's like, hey, queen c8 is one of the lines in this rook to b8 idea. So I'm just gonna play queen c8. But I mean, the position is equal in the positive, but 0.5 or moving a
No,
position from
that's already advantage.
yeah 0 to 0.5
That's
is huge at this level.
yeah, plus 05, that's advantage, and uh I mean, it surprised me first because I don't understand what was the problem of bishop b3. It looks for me kind of like, I don't want to say word too obvious, because if he didn't play that, maybe it's not that obvious. I'm not there and not thinking that position on the board, right? But
Yeah,
like commentators look at it from the side, I see like that's a target open file, which
yeah,
is rook looking in that, and I want to play d5 or rook to e8 and then d5 and zero problems. But after queen
yeah,
c8, why we want the bishop being survived? Because if I play
yeah.
bishop even c2, d4 is always will be a threat at d5.
Which would yeah,
So
which becomes an issue, or even bishop
maybe he
a5. It's
think it
crazy.
works. That will never work. It's knight jump
No,
on h2 and queen f3. So what is actually queen is doing on c8?
I think he's just playing prep. To be honest, I think he's just playing prep because, as you mentioned, the knight on b3 would have been misplaced. The queen on d1 would have been kinda has to be guarding the misplaced knight. And as you also mentioned, d4 also becomes harder. So let's see. Can't call it a mistake though. I mean, maybe it's a
It
stretch.
is mistake. It is a mistake. So when you can get comfortable equal position, potentially at some maybe advantage even, you make a move after it's become just worse position. That yeah, that's a mistake.
No, nah, I'm not a GM, guys. I wish I was. There's only one GM meeting. I'm no GM. I'm here
uh,
like a student. I'm like a student of Bortnik right now.
nah, you're doing good. Um, so let's try to figure it out why it's not that good. Okay, one of the lines that I already show it. It's because of bishop c to d4.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really not understand what the queen is doing there. Now is d5 will not be probably an option. Um, because just bishop to a4, knight on e5 will
Yeah.
take.
Mm.
So I don't know. I just want to play d4. So what? Rook e8, still d4. He takes d4, knight takes d4. Because
Knight.
cd actually knight b4 kind of annoying.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we
Uh,
have to be looking out for knight b4 the whole time, and the knight on d4 would be strong if you don't take anyways. I've seen positions like that.
someone in chat said maybe he played queen c8 wants to play queen e6 after takes. Okay. Who will take that bishop? No one will take. That's the problem. That's nobody will take that on e6. It's like, I don't know, 800 level. Okay. No
Ooh,
more
bishop
ratings.
4 was played.
Bishop a4, sacrificing the pawn on a5.
Attacking
The
pawn.
point is
Wow.
like a distract the knight on the corner. Remember, I said it as sometimes we just sacrificing the pawn on a5. And
Yeah.
that's exactly one of that moments when you're possible to sacrifice it. So you just play into d4 and knight no more guarding on the pawn on e5. So ed and knight jump and take d4. We want to take on e6 right now.
Mm.
So because of knight here and via x-ray and look to knight, bishop d7 doesn't work just
Ooh.
because lost a knight. So
Wow.
not a good spot for the bishop. So black has to trade it. For example, c5 probably just the best option to have knight c6 after all. Take, support also. Pawn is supporting the square d4 and playing this position when white will have two bishops advantage. That's a
And the
pin
pawn on
in the
a6
corner.
is still weak.
And some plan like this. Much easier play this position with white. Position is better and with actual chances. So, do you think it's Hans will finish this day with +3 and the score?
I mean, Hans, he says one of his goal is to just gain as many elo as possible. Like I thought, if you're a +2, the goal is to win the match, so let's just draw the next few games, but that doesn't seem as if it is Hans' mindset. He's just playing to win. He doesn't even, and then each time he gets a win, it builds his confidence even more. So he's doing great.
Yeah, I think just make draws is not Hunt style, so he will not come and just make quick draws in there. He gonna fight. We could see in the small reaction that Leon faced like a couple seconds ago, like he was shaking his hand, and he definitely doesn't like the position right now. But you had to think about it like one move earlier, right?
Yeah, he
Or
had to
it's
see
not
that
too late
before.
yet.
Now he's thinking about it.
Okay. That was, guys, a little bit troll from me. But if talking the seriously, yes, he definitely had some idea in his mind to play in Queen C8. I just not sure I understand which is that idea. Could be nice to ask him, but he's missed something for sure. But this wasn't not only bishop a4, bishop c2 in that position as well, and knight c4 white could play. So many things after queen c8 worked well, and followed the angel. Actually, bishop a4 was not the best reaction for white.
Mm,
And now black trying to equalize the position again. So he had a great
yeah,
chance. We could see how many chances during the games actually Awonder not used, right? So
yeah,
Hans gives the opportunities to equalize, to get advantage, to win a game, but then they both miss. Maybe it's because of the time control. Um, they sometimes trying to make a move faster, and the other position they actually took time longer. Some maybe stress, right?
yeah,
Maybe tilt, especially for a wonder. That's very very tough week, I can say, because
yeah. It's
um,
definitely a week in Paris. Tough week in Paris for Awanda.
yeah, I mean, he the second game on the beginning of the match didn't win the winning position. Then third one, which he lost, I was so upset. And I understand you can say, come on, he's a professional grandmaster. He has to like takes himself on and not tilt and be stable. But we're also humans, even
Yeah, we're
chess
humans at the end of the day.
players. So um, it's very hard. Very hard. I hope he has some support, by the way, in there. Um, like I don't know, is he travel with coach or someone
Um,
else?
ho- Hopefully he has a team and it's just he's not just there as a lone wolf.
Do you think? Do you think has a team? Because I don't know. Chat. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm assuming he has a team. Or maybe only 2750 and up as teams, but I'm sure it doesn't go like that. Especially with how his opening prep has been, especially against E4. He's playing as if he really knows exactly what is happening.
Yes, his preparation quite well. But I think these days openings not that hard to learn. Yeah, we have courses, we have many websites with courses. Portnik chess as well. We have. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So when grandmasters analyzing just for you, but still it's need to understand the ideas and just have experience and all of that lines. But you're right about the usually 2700 and over has a summit team because it's very hard to focusing on the old parts. You also have to understand very good like end game, middle game, work on all of that. Um, so maybe he has a team. I don't
And to
know.
be 2700, you can't just say, hey, knowing Awonder, he's very good in the end game, so he's gonna take the game here. Nah, you have to be good in all aspect of the game if you want to be 2700. All aspect.
That's true. Yeah. But I also know a couple grandmasters who is over 2700. They just works alone and no team. So I won't be surprised if he doesn't have anybody. But as I understand, he's in St. Louis Chess Club, so as I heard, they have like some support there and
Yeah, I'm sure they
team as
do.
well. But back to the chess on the board, d4 has happened, and that was the main idea of sacrificing the pawn on d5, put the knight on a corner, and kind of distracted from the center, attacking now on e5, and black needs to take a hard decision right now. That's c6, maybe sacrifice back central pawn for the corner and leave knight on the corner, which is
Oh,
I don't know 15% chance that will happen, I guess, because it's very
yeah,
hard
that's
to leave that. Also, as I showed before, it's ed, one of the most, which is probably the highest possibilities will happen after knight d4. Sorry, c5, knight d6, queen e6, and this position. So after bishop to c2, probably bishop d8 supported,
mm,
and
just
knight
keep them up
f1
there.
or f3. All of this moves seems quite good, and then bishop f4, for example. So always this knight is going to be a problem. You will need to sacrifice the pawn on a6 for sure. Tough.
And no, based on how Hans has been playing, if you give Hans the bishop here, he does very well with the bishop here.
Yes, we saw it before. Yeah, now white definitely has comfortable position. What else to add? I mean, they just will enjoy their position. I'm pretty sure that Leon doesn't like it anymore.
So early on, what could went wrong? Maybe he's thinking about, I should have took that bishop. Now the bishop is gonna be an issue the entire game.
Yeah, actually, that became a problem, right? This bishop becomes the problem. So he played a bishop a4 and forced knight to a5. As I said, he definitely had some plan, but he missed something in calculations. So we don't know what exactly, yeah, but something for sure. Now, position is not losing. Yeah, just uncomfortable to play it. That's it. But if he will find all best moves, he doesn't have to probably lose
It,
these
it
games.
it's always going to be uncomfortable to play, knowing that your knight is unprotected and it's right behind. It's currently being x-rayed by the rook, and then even if we move the knight out the way, the pawn on a6 is weak. So eventually, you may have to sacrifice back the a6 pawn, and if you have to sacrifice the a6 pawn, and you don't have the bishop here, then he's probably thinking about all of that.
Yes, I think yeah. What else he can do? Maybe knight c4, trade knight. So d5, obviously not good because of take on d2. And if take bishop, then there's a check. That's a problem. So so maybe knight c4, bishop c4. But then again, d takes e5. And we like trade the pawn central to the corner pawn on a6. Definitely this position is better for white. Knight jump d4, knight f5, rook on e3, rook g3 with this plans. Black can try to
And
get
another
this
person.
position.
The attack will start.
So like a
Let's see.
c6, ed, or knight c4. I don't see if anything else actually Black can do.
Maybe he's just gonna take the pawn. He's been playing a lot of best moves. We're not gonna be seeing any early mistakes. Or I mean, he already made one, but maybe not
Okay.
anymore. Let's see.
Were wrong. He played knight to b7, the move which I
What
didn't expect it at all.
the heck?
And I have no idea.
Can I see a reaction from Hans? I'm sure it surprised him. Maybe Hans weren't even expecting that move.
Okay, nobody expected move. Okay, actually Hans surprised the call, just thinking, probably enjoying.
That's the thing, man.
If
you have an unprotected knight, and it's right behind a rook, you're gonna want to do weird stuff with that knight.
Oh, let's actually try to understand what Black gonna to do after d takes e5, because I don't get it. If d is knight to e5 and knight on c6 is incoming, what's going on?
Yeah, maybe he just wants to pull back to d7. Is he trying to sacrifice a pawn though? That's the thing. Like, he's ahead by a pawn. Will he just be like, okay, I'm ahead by a pawn, let's just go down by a pawn? It's you.
So maybe knight d8.
Oh,
but look how passive that's so ugly. Yeah, this looks so bad. I think there's the chance for Hans to win another game and just score gonna be like a +3 already. So he definitely tilted. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Hans is winning games with the
probably just break him.
Yeah, it's an entire match could break you as well. It's crazy.
D, maybe knight d7. So the point if ed to have an I don't know, CDD on the board, by the way. Of course, what else?
Oh, ED on the board. Funny he has to find knight d7.
Knight d4, I want to play knight c6. If knight d5, then f4.
Wow.
And knight c6 in there. Not hard tactic. It's not even tactic.
Yeah, when Hans gets slight advantage, he presses it, he squeezes it, and then he uses it. And that's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Win the match today. I mean, it's gonna be +3 and 3 games left. So technically, no, if Liang will win 3 in a row, but we all understand that's
Well, what if Hans win the match? Would they?
Knight d7 on the board, by the way.
Oh yeah,
that's
he played knight
position. Say it again.
What if Hans win the match without playing 12 games? Will they just play all 12 games trying to farm Elo?
Oh, I think I think they have to just play all games.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure Chat knows better than we are.
I mean, they say it's 12 games, so 12 games it is.
Yeah, this makes sense. I mean, they play not just for winning match, they play for... Okay, knight d4 at the board. Hans they found the best response. And
Yo, it was the only move. I mean, it's not too hard to find, but...
Not hard at all.
He's playing some chess, yo. God.
Going to
it's kind of weird to watch. No, you have to play rook a8. Even though all the other moves are... It's not like it's a big advantage. It's 1.4, 1.5.
It's winning.
Rook a8, knight d8. Anything to not get forked on c6. The obvious threat is to fork on c6.
Yeah, knight c6 in comments on knight d8 or rook e8. I think it's gonna be the fastest result of this game. I mean, yesterday, how long they played yesterday, by the way? The second game, 2 hours, like something like that.
You know what I've been noticing is the first game, like our game is usually the long game for some weird reason. And then the second game is usually the short game. Not sure why. I guess they're fresh and I'm not sure why, but let's see.
Yeah, usually after first game they just start it. So like after first game, yeah, that was a very short game. So that's why the second game was very long. But third game, Leon just lost very painfully. So he tried just make quick draws and go to take a rest. Yesterday the same, but Leon probably was so tilted, so he lost it with white as well. And I think he's still in tilt because knight takes e5. It's just another mistake. It's another mistake. So every move on the board which Leon made, it's mistake. So queen c8 wrong. Then after knight a5, that was obvious move and only one. Knight b7 wrong. So knight d7 and knight e5 right now. Position just that lost after only 40 moves after round started. Or beyond, I don't know. Yeah, that lost already on the board. I mean, I don't understand what Awonder is doing.
This is
I
crazy,
understand
yo.
what is doing.
Like you showed this position and I wasn't expecting it to happen because you're like, okay, we're obviously threatening to put a piece on d6. If knight e5 we play, what's the idea? c5? Was that what he saw?
I think he
F4,
expected knight d3. That's what he wanted, play knight d3 after f4 and missed probably this one, knight c6. So it's only 7 attacking and e5. That's what he blundered. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he blundered. 94 and 91, knight f6, if take 97, and GG's. But okay, do not forget it's 2,700 players, and you must scene like this if you wanna be on 2,700.
yo, and this is gonna be
Bet
crazy,
days
bro.
for
I'm in
Awonder.
disbelief. Okay, this is gonna be a long thing. From Awanda, who would like to predict
I don't
this
know
thing?
what's to say. I mean, I'm of course. I don't know what to say.
It's crazy, man. Hans is buzzing. That's all
It's
I could
tough,
say. He's
very
like
tough.
he's playing the moves
I am
quickly.
like a grandmaster and chess player. Um I'm speechless. Okay. So Hans made a mistake with move c3, and that's quite obvious mistake. That's bishop must take on b3, and I don't know why Leon didn't take that. I think if we will ask him question why he didn't take, he will not even explain that. Well, he just didn't do that, and that's it. And those not wins on the round 2 and round 7 just I think just break him a little bit, and
Yeah.
he after just can be in focus like that. Yeah, knight jumping on d3, but this is losing the move because of knight c6. And looks like Hans sees this, and he immediately actually respond knight c6. And
Oh
that's gonna
really?
be beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna
Yo,
be very
what the
beautiful.
heck,
And
bro?
I think this is gonna be very beautiful. And I already see the post on the X, like on the Twitter X, when Hans will say chess speaks for itself +3 today. Look at this match.
This game will be covered by some channels, for example, Epic Chess, those because he already covered 2 games. But then this game it's just a miniature. Will just be a miniature. Bishop f6, because the guy's threatening to win a piece, right? Bishop f6.
Bishop f6, e5.
E5.
Yeah,
Knight
actually, miniature is like 24 moves, right? So maybe Leon will hold this position for more moves.
Okay, I have a very weird question.
Sure.
let's talk about sportsmanship. Do you think what's the possibility of Awanda just not continuing the match if he loses this game?
Oh, first of all, I think they have some contracts.
Oh,
Maybe not. I think it's just my guess. No, you have to.
I mean,
I mean,
the guy, you've been talking about contract. Like, the guy could just not play. I'm not playing. That could happen. Say, I'm not playing anymore, bro.
uh, that's probably could happen, and maybe it's even in some chess history happened before. I'm not sure. I'm not that good in history. I think Chet knows better. They always knows better.
Yeah, yeah,
I
chat.
mean,
Someone in the
what can you do, right? If he doesn't want to play, he doesn't want to play. If they don't have a contract, if they don't have contract, you say, "Oh, I have a contract. You have to play." And then he said,
yeah,
"I don't care about your contract. Do
yeah.
whatever you
I'm just
want." So
not
you will not
playing.
go to the just judge, right, and say, "Oh, we have contract. Just play." Yeah, of course, we all understand this will never happen. But there's gonna be probably will be a lot of posts on the X about that, and that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I do get what a contract is. A contract means you legally have to play. But what if the guy just don't play? Like
I
he
mean, like was a
just doesn't
punishment,
play.
right? But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless
I
the
don't know.
contract is like you'll be banned from chess for a while, or you have to
Oh,
pay
it's
this amount of money. If the guys don't pay the money or something like that. The only
I
way
think
I'm
must pay
not saying
money.
I would stop. I don't know. Maybe I would stop. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I actually pulled out from a national event in Jamaica. I think it was when, remember when I told you about the story about losing the game because I didn't know that we were not getting back the extra 30 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, I can't believe I'm losing. I'm not playing any more games. And the contract was I think they didn't allow me to play the following national event that year.
Mhm.
That was my punishment. So I do know what a
Yeah, but
contract.
this is a private match, so I mean, this is not a FIDE match like World Championship or something.
Mm.
Um, by the way, we are just saying about bad moves which Leon made them, but also needs to say that actually Hans found immediately best response, which is, I mean, my impress. That's kind of like with that speed, he calculate everything and playing a knight c6, and he sees that's a e5 or rook e8. He can play like a take on b8 right here. Even rook e3 wins, but knight b8
Yeah,
much
just take
better
all
and
the
stronger.
pieces. Maybe Awanda is gonna be like, hey, I feel as if I'm playing against a computer. Nah,
Yeah,
bro, I'm not saying about this. No, nobody's disrespecting anybody. We're just having a conversation. Guy just don't have to play. Ah, bro, you can type anything you want in the chat. I'm chill. I'm having fun.
yeah, we definitely not about disrespecting. We respect both of the players. They are very strong grandmasters, and even we said the blunders, and we like don't understand why this happened. I mean, as I said many times, we humans, 2700 also blundering, and that's just not a good day, and that's it. But I know one thing: it's he will come back stronger, and next tournament he will play like 2700 again. But all of this, who just write commentaries to you like, what noobs? You will always will be a noobs. So okay, yeah.
I'm just looking on Awanda's reaction in the meantime.
Um, I just wanted to somehow support him. I mean, he's understand he's losing, and I don't know. Let's just chat support players. I mean, we understand that most of the chatters probably support Hans. It's we on the Hans channel, first of
Yeah,
all.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but some support for Liang could be nice as well. Just because it's very, very hard to like loses like that fast. I mean, yesterday I already said I felt that pain like when he didn't win, and I know it how that's so bad feelings you had when you are losing, and then next day you come in and like it's 19 moves only, and it's just beginning of the day and you're losing again, like and you don't know why the hell you play the queen c8, why I didn't take the bishop on b3, how I
Yeah.
could blunder knight c6. It's just simple moves. Like for okay, maybe for some of you you'd think it's not that easy move, but like for me, for grandmasters, it's kind of like a basics looks like knight c6. It's with attack on e7. But also, I know I blundered that too much times in my games. Blundered in mate in one, so so that's yeah.
No, he's thinking. He's gonna be thinking for a while. It's like how Hans was just there thinking yesterday when the position was completely lost. It's one of the worst thing where when it's like everywhere you turn, there's just a move that hit you in your calculation, and you're like, okay, I can't play that. Let me try to find something else. I can't play that, and then you have to try to say, okay, every move is losing. Let's just play the one that makes it hard for the opponent. But based on how Hans is using, he's using strength, but he's using psychology. He's using so much stuff. But the chess is speaking. Chess is definitely speaking.
Yeah. Hans played this game. He plays. Let's say okay. For now, we'll see.
I don't think we're going to see a resignation. Awonder needs to fight. He needs to fight.
No, it's not time yet to resign. I mean, he understands even he will try it. I mean, it's bishop f6 or bishop h4. The problem with all of this moves is a knight jumping, and after takes, it's always knight e7 fork a threat.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
That's the threat.
So you don't want to. We don't want to take a rook. We want to take a queen. So
so
black will lose 2 pieces for sure, and then also a rook will be under attack. So he doesn't have a spot where to put the bishop. So if bishop d8, then knight a7 trap the queen. He played rook e8, which is allowed knight b8.
Oh yeah.
Queen
Now
d8,
now we're just gonna see
f5. But this is actually the best continuation for black. Has some chances to survive. So if knight b8, queen b8, for
I think
example,
Hans will play knight a7 here.
It's just repetition.
Yeah, I think he'll play knight a7. I think it's important to repeat the position. You have to repeat the position if you're winning. You have to.
Just to have additional minute on the clock.
For some reason, the computer always suggests that they say it in books that you should do it. The computer always suggests it. Hans will do it. I'm sure Hans will do it. Or maybe he wants it to be a miniature, so he won't. But high possibility, 75%.
No, I don't think so. Actually, I think knight b8 he'll take. Yeah. Let's see. 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, I think he will take. I mean, even if knight is on c6, then we'll get the same position and take. And here actually has some choice. So we can take as a rook on e8, and after queen e8, rook f1. There's going to be 2 rooks against bishop and knight. So 2 pieces for 2 rooks. Definitely not enough compensation black going to have. But who knows? Maybe some miracle will happen, which I don't believe. But more annoying, it's a move f5.
F5 is such a computer move.
King h2. Yeah, but they played classical. They have time to calculate. So you're attacking the bishop, and bishop doesn't have a good square. So bishop c8, just bishop e8, and now black will not take, and no square. So take, and I will take.
The threat
Doesn't
is
have a
better
square.
than the execution, guys. Remember that. The threat is better than the execution.
So there's a current position. Position is completely winning, as we already said it, and show it on the board. Even not the one way how to win. It's an taken on b8, which he did actually, and he didn't repeat.
He didn't repeat, guys. He didn't repeat. Someone says he won't repeat. Hakeem was just hating, but he didn't.
Okay, there was most common comments on the Twitch. It's about Hans back. Always.
Yeah, it's crazy. Everybody talks.
It's everybody just said about that. Nobody cares what chess is there. Everyone about Hans back. Damn it, everyone.
We need to ask him
Look at
about
this
that.
position. Now that he's back, look at this position and his brilliant moves.
All right,
F5,
then
that's
there's
definitely brilliant.
yeah, F5 is nice. F5 is dominating. Bishop takes E8 is winning. F5 dominating. And as you mentioned, it's classical. He'll find it.
Yeah, I think so. F5 some chances gives to opponent. Sorry, bishop e8 gives some chance to your opponent. F5 just kill the position
No
immediately.
chance.
No chances. And I'm just above in time. He's 15 minutes, like winning, and a lot of time on the clock. Yeah, that's definitely just collapse for Leon. I'm not sure what he blundered actually. I mean, F4 probably he blundered, right? When he played knight b7, probably blundered.
Then the position just starts to fall apart. That bishop a4 move was just so strong. I mean, Hans is good at chess, though. That's the thing. It's like we're not seeing positions where, where did Hans get this prep? We're not seeing that. We're seeing positions where he comes from the negative and swing it very far in the positive. So the guy's just a good chess player. What can I say?
In this game, just Awonder help a lot, but yeah.
Someone says
he played against himself.
Yeah, sometimes you beat yourself in chess. I've beaten myself many times.
Oh, I have same problems, man. Don't worry. All the time. All the time. We have title Tuesday today, so probably I will do it again.
I'm gonna be playing Title Tuesday. Hopefully I wake up for Title Tuesday because usually after the match I sleep. I'm gonna wake up for Title Tuesday for sure. Like to beat some 3,000 GMs,
Yeah, I know. Let's show what actually thinking Hans about. It's like two moves right here. So bishop to e8. One more time, let me show you guys. And if knight e1, then takes on f7 first, and we have the position when just full exchange on the board. Also, white has even better move. It's a move f5, which is kind of like a trap the bishop, because bishop doesn't have a good square. So bishop d7, then bishop takes d7, knight e1. Try to like some checks in there, but it's already we can just take and full bishop on the board. So if not bishop d7 or bishop c8, then bishop e8, and that's gonna be full rook on the board. Even worse. And Hans didn't see actually f5. He played bishop e8, which is also enough for a win, but f5 was just killing immediately.
Maybe he doesn't
scared queen a7 check.
Yeah, any possibility of queen a7.
Yeah, he was kind of annoyed, I think, by the check, and after king h2, maybe some like this.
That's what I've been looking on, the queen coming in.
Yeah, but queen e1 was just wins. So that's our current position, queen to e8 and rook f1 gonna happen on the board. So it's two rooks against knight and bishop.
That is such a big advantage. It's like the computer is actually not appreciating how big that advantage is. But you know, it's you still have to be careful. You still have to be careful. And how hard will it be for Awanda to even play best moves in a plus 2.6 position?
I don't think it will be that hard if you just trade a little more pieces, I mean queens, and still it's a huge advantage, right? So just completely win the position. Always need to be careful even with that high advantage because we could see already blunders in this
And the
match.
dark squares, right?
I think maybe just a take and let's see c5 something and try to get something here, but looks like two rooks still is two rooks. So queen b1, then move a king, then just bring queen more active, bring the knight, and slowly outplay.
Worst case scenario, you just sacrifice one of them. Okay, rook f1,
Rook
queen c6.
a1, queen c6 on the board, and so
He has to be aggressive.
yeah, to create some sort of chances. Yeah. So if queen c2, maybe just attacks. So if check, king h2. Knight c5, bishop e3. So we have to trade pieces. Up material,
Just
you have
trade,
to trade.
just keep trading everything. That's what I do.
I like
Some
queen
cases
c2.
you're sacrificing.
Plays
No need to be too aggressive anymore, Hans.
I think queen c2 is just the most logical move. You defend the pawn and attack a bishop. I mean knight. I already forget
So
how
it's not
pieces
super
close.
passive. And it's like, okay, the bishops will take a while to really enter the attack. That's the good thing. His pieces will take a while to really enter the attack. There's a very, very big imbalance here, but they're not doing anything.
Yeah, very surprising to see this position after move 20s. When it's just that lost.
Knight b7 was such a surprising
Can it be
move.
queen a4 to trade? Queen a4, I think, also possible, yeah.
I thought about that, but queen c. What's wrong with queen c3
Queen
again?
c3, just f5, yeah. I mean, this, I don't think Hans will play queen c4. I mean, queen c2 is just no risk. Oh, now it's first line. Okay, when I showed it to you guys, it wasn't even top 3.
Yeah. They're always doing that.
I think it's something wrong with my engine. Maybe some different
Queen
setting they have.
a4. That's the thing.
Why not?
Naturally,
Why not queen a4? It's more calculating. We are lazy grandmasters. We don't want to calculate anything. You know, we just work hard, just not calculate anything. So we seize the easier way how to win. And queen c2, one of them. You don't need to calculate anything. Just play queen c2, just supportive move. Queen defend on c3, attack in d3, and you don't have to calculate anything. But you also can spend, 5 minutes and then play queen a4, but some risk, some adrenaline, I don't know. But queen c2 is just more solid. But both works. I think every moves here work. King h2. Queen h2, that was first line. What was going on with my engine?
Whoa.
I think everything is first line. Okay, rook b1. What? Yeah, king h2 is actually first line now.
No, it goes up to the first line.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't, knowing myself, the queen goes to c6. I'm just not losing the pawn on c3. So I looked on c4, but I just didn't calculate it. So maybe that's something that I need to work on.
Still, I believe in queen c2. Okay, my bet for queen c2. I think queen c2 Hans will play. But no Hans, maybe queen a4 also possible.
if he calculates everything.
Yeah,
Which is
that's what he
probably-
does right now, right? He just calculates. It is rated, of course. So Han's gonna win right now, and he will be 2740 or something like that, right?
Very high. Very,
Yeah.
very high. Imagine a world where Hans
Okay,
Niemann is 800 player.
he's gonna to make a move. Let's see. He wanted to already make a move. He wanted to touch a queen for sure. Guys, where's he gonna go? Queen, queen. I mean, I already showed to you all winning moves, so no way he'll play queen e1 and blunder queen one move. So
He'll put the queen somewhere.
okay, still comments about Hans' back, not about his queen move. I think queen c2 just might be on the board very soon. Queen c2 and that's it.
Hopefully there's no surprises this game.
I hope I will have a chance actually to play a match against Hans Niemann. Not a classical chess, but I mean like a freestyle. Some we had good matches, so maybe one day. Why not?
Yeah, that would be something. That would be
I definitely will
something.
play worse than Leon played. easy rating. So okay. Queen a4 or queen c2, even king h2. As I said, every move here is winning. Just too much material.
Rook, queen c3, rook a3. What's the idea with king h2, queen c3?
Rook a6. Okay, he gonna touch a queen. Yeah, he gonna be 2740. Queen goes to a4. Yeah, because he was thinking. That's what I was also was thinking after that calculation. So he probably will play queen a4.
Oh, any checks he's able to block with the queen. So he's trying to force pieces off the board, which from if you're in a position like this and you have to trade the queens, then but
No, actually, rook a1 is kind of blunder. Bishop f6.
Oh.
It's very passive, by the way. So he needs to find rook d4, which is not easy to find.
And what's the plan? Are we sacking that rook?
I think it's yeah, actually.
Oh, the knight on d3 looks suspicious as well.
Rook a5, then g5. That's why I'm not a big fan of queen e4. I thought the queen c2 is much easier. Just because here, that's still some game actually black has. So knights is too danger and very hard to gonna be traded.
Yeah, hard to dislodge.
That's why I liked queen c2, because after queen c2, bishop a3 and just a trade. But after queen e4, if black will take and play knight c5, white needs to play like rook d4 and sacrifice one of the exchange. But Leon probably lose the connection on this game and play queen c3 instead of queen e4, which could give some chances. But queen c3 seems like it's just game over after f5, then check, and simple move like a take even and take, and f6 a threat, or rook b1 even. Easier way.
God.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah. I understand when you just low in material, you want to save more pieces on the board, but actually it was not that time when you had to do it. So you should actually take on e4 and play knight b to c5. But again, it's too simple sitting here and discuss about that. But when you are just in a situation and you're playing and you blunder before a lot, and you want to save more pieces on the board. So his decisions, I understand.
When you're tilting and you're blundering and someone gives you a pawn, it doesn't matter how dangerous that pawn is. You're trying to get back some material. Let's see. When the rooks are disconnected, there's some possible checks in the position. Hans will be calculating, I'm sure he doesn't want to miss anything here. So we will be seeing persons doing a lot of calculation here. But F5 is just winning. F5 followed by Queen E8, maybe Queen E8 followed by F5. But yeah, maybe F5, Queen E8.
Yeah, F5 looks like killing move. Like check as well, but after F5 is only one move. It's just like this one, and now check, double attack, and King H7. Just move rook, and that's it.
Everything is hanging. I mean, there's a check, but there will be no more checks after the king moves. Oh. What are the chances I played this against Awonder and he plays the same thing and I find the same moves?
Very impressive game by Hans after Queen C8. Yeah, he didn't make any slight mistakes, but yeah, just Awonder plays so badly all that moves. If it's you showed me the game and not saying names of who is playing, I would say like never. I will never suggest it's 2,700 players playing.
Imagine this pops up in a Guess the Elo Gotham video.
Yeah. That's. I mean, just amount of blunders. It's very high, which usually never happened in that level. Yeah, F5 killing move. Forward, and I expect a resignation very soon. That's very short game, and there's not a draw.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, just thinking about it, you're up +2. Just play some Berlin, play some drawn position. Secure the match. That's not Hans. That's not Hans, man.
Actually, pretty hard to play Berlin with white. that's actually black playing Berlin. Yeah, but 4 knights you could play. Yeah, but his main goal is just farming some rating, then just win a match. Win a match, it's like a bonus, right? So
yeah,
you also wants to have the like a rating. So it's match not.
Yeah, the match isn't too important.
World Cup or something. Yeah, that's important to win just for yourself, right? So just like, oh, I'm great, and also like save $10,000 because losing match just gifted to the charity, right? So, but it's more about like beat your opponent and gain some rating, and that's yeah. Also for, could be weird. We all watching this match, right? Expecting from fight,
Bishop
and
went
that's what he does. Bishop c8, queen e8. Also rook a3 is win. It's not just one move here. Queen e8 winning. It's queen e8. I show it to you just most easier way, I guess. That's bishop f8, for example, rook b1, and that's trapped bishop. So always trapping a piece, and completely winning.
Too many pieces under attack.
Hard to add something, guys, in commenting when your every move is winning. So, I don't think it will happen something like yesterday when Leon blundered that. So, if you have some questions to us, please, you can ask. Nobody said about farming rating. I want to say that Awonder showed himself very, very good in the first 7 games. He made a mistake in round 3. It's decline a draw. That's why he lost. So it's not like because he played terrible. No, he was not. He refuses to just accept a draw, and then he played the move very fast and blunder knight. And the game 2, he could win the game. He was completely winning, and probably was break him. It's round 7, which we both commented, and with you, chat, saw it. How in completely winning position he just blundered, and there was equal. Then Hans blundered back.
And he missed it.
Guys, got it? Yeah, back.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
And
and Queen D3, and then he escaped it after they played like a long game. So
yeah, that was a very long game.
100 moves. So when you're losing the chances, not winning them, your opponent has already believe in himself so hard, like unstoppable. So that's give Hans the power, and he won the next game, and now he's winning once again. But Awonder in this game doesn't show he's actually best for sure, because the move Queen C8 in the moment when he had to take on B3, maybe he forget just straight bishops. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think they will finish 12 games. Yeah. Han's still thinking, but it's more like just to be sure it's completely win. So Queen E8 or Rook B1 or Rook A3, all of this, what I say in the moves, wins on the board. This.
I mean,
all
it's
of them.
how the position is. It looks winning, but it's +4. The position Awonder had was -7. That's big difference.
It's a different -7. That's -7 when you have Queen Endgame and you have just one way how to win. And you have to still find that way. And easy to make a mistake. In this position, it's -4, which is every move is winning. So no way you would just mess it up. So that's just completely different. I remember one of the games, I guess it didn't Laurent play against Grishuk, when it was +10.
Ooh.
That was +10 on the board. But you have to find like 10 moves in a row, only moves.
Oh, whoa.
Which is winning. And it was so complicated. I tried to find by myself. I couldn't find it. I mean, and I even did play it. I was just sitting and just looking from my home, and I just tried to, and unlimited time, right? And it's so hard. And I knew this +10. But players, in the moment,
no idea.
He's that win. Yeah. So we understand, all of us, that's completely winning, and almost every move is wins. So Queen E8, King H7, Rook B1. Rook B1 right now. So
scores
I don't
currently
know
5.
how we can mess it up here even. I mean, every logical move, it works. Even I guess Knight B3 win. Yeah, Knight B3 also wins. But it's one of the worst, actually, winning ways.
Yeah, one of the worst way to win. I think we'll see.
Why is he played Knight F3?
Oh, whoa, what's the idea?
He won't just develop a bishop, but I think Queen E8 was completely winning immediately. Why is Liang not resigning? Why he should resign? He will have time to resign. He did resign. Game over. He just resigned already. Yeah, he just resigned after Knight F3.
So why do these guys think Knight F3 was so strong?
I mean, it's just completely winning. Okay, that guy was right. Damn it. On the chat. I wanted him to be wrong, but okay. He was right.
All right, guys, let's hear from
congratulations, I want to say, to Hans Niemann, who is +3 right now and break his highest rating record, right? If I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, don't write that in chat. Still right, I'm right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what to say. I mean, of course, Hunt just found best moves, but let's be honest, Awonder just blundered everything on this game, and after C3, which was not a good move by Niemann, Awonder just played Queen C8, and after that, Hunt hasn't made even a slight mistake. After that, he just finished it, killing it with all best moves he found. That was the score on your screens right now. That's a +3 score. That means score 6-3 and 3 games remaining. So definitely he will not lose a match already. We can say, okay, I don't want to say he wins. It's not over yet. So 3 more games. but we all understand the percent is like 99% he won the match.
Yeah.
But I hope Liang somehow will, I don't know, take himself. I don't know what to say. I hope he will recover soon
crazy,
and
man.
just play in his best as he can do.
But he resigned so quickly with knight f3, though. I don't understand.
Okay. All right. So that's it, guys. Hans will not join our stream. We was expecting maybe he will join and we will just congrats him there. That's my last day like a commentary. I hope you like that. And one more time, congratulations, Hans. Impressive score. But like a play could be better, of course. Could be better. Okay, just a joke. Just a joke.
Hans
That's it.
played really well. Hans is playing some chess, guys. Like, nobody's able to deny it. Hans is playing some chess. Chess is speaking for itself. Someone said Hans is now top 11 in the entire world. I mean, that is crazy. That is very crazy. But let's see what's happening. Guy could even go. I mean, this was very unexpected, but hey, I really hope you guys enjoyed the game. I really enjoy this game, and let's see what the future brings. With that being said, I am Akeem and I am signing out.
Yeah, and Bortnik Chess, and in 3 hours, by the way, now the game, don't forget. So it's not just final game was. No, in 3 hours they played
more game
number 10. Okay,
yeah.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.